We love a little spice talk, especially we heard this storyline before when players call out another player. And quite frankly, it's always been on the good news when we look at the results when players call out players on the Cowboys. I love it. Shout out to Nick Bosa. He's speaking some truth of it. You know, I'm not finna bury the man, but this is the first time. This is the first time somebody spoke out about Tyron Smith, right? And shout out to Lyle Collins. He kind of grouped them in, and he said those boys are beatable. Those boys are beatable. And he's speaking a little spicy.
What does Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins, what did they do that was going to be a challenge for you?
I think they're both very solid players. Obviously, Tyron's had a Hall of Fame career, I think. But they're definitely beatable. There's tape on them getting beat, and we're trying to do the same. But they've definitely been in and out of the lineup a lot this year and the past years. So just game plan is to make them work.
Obviously, Tyron had, pay attention to the word, had a Hall of Fame career. I'm going back to what he said about had. You know, that means that it's over with. It's not still going on. You know, that means that he can't still do what he used to do, and I get it. Tyron Smith ain't playing at the level that you want him to play at, right? But let's tread lightly, right? So the game plan is to make them work. He said the game plan is to make Tyron Smith work. The game plan is to make Lyle work. Smith remains the top left tackle in the National Football League when healthy. Of course, he's a future Hall of Famer. We know how that goes, Cowboy Nation. And he's been dealing with knee and ankle situations. Majority of those two issues with Tyron Smith. Been this right here. He had that bad luck situation to hit him at the wrong time. And it was one of the players on his own team roll up under him, and he got injured in that, I believe, Patriots game. And then previously, he had another player to roll up under him, and he got injured again. And we're just not seeing him back, of course. And then he entered the C-19 protocol list. And it was just a crazy, crazy year for Tyron Smith because none of his injuries occurred by himself, right? It was always a player rolling up under him. And of course, he's going to be attached to like the injury situation that he had before, I guess throughout his career, what have you. In the last 4 to 5 years, Tyron Smith been banged up basically. And he needed corrected surgery on his neck, and he got that during the off season. And now he was saying that he's feeling his best, right? Going into this season, and it was just up until that Patriots game that we was like, dang, man, you know. But far as PFF, if you use them as a grading system or next-gen stats, him and Lyle Collins, according to what I'm reading here, they both rated the highest as it relates to a duo grade than any other lineman in the NFL so far for the 2021 season. Nevertheless, I love the spicy talk because at the end of the day, you got to play this game. You can't just sit back and say, all right, cool, the game is just going to be skipped. No. You calling out a Hall of Famer. You know, and you can't just sit there and say, nah, I ain't really doing it, but you are. And you said that there's been tape that these guys can get beat. Yeah, sometimes you can say that from an aspect of speaking about maybe a CeeDee Lamb who is young, but a guy who's class personified, a guy that laid it down and made this NFL people take a look at that front five and say, man, Tyron Smith is one of those guys, right? Some of those words you got to keep to yourself. Now, granted, Nick Bosa got 15.5 sacks, and he's a young bull, and he ready to see what he can hit, right? But we never got a chance to see angry Tyron Smith. And sometimes that little edge that little spark that you need can propel you to play your best. And sometimes you need that encouragement, believe it or not, from the outside. Not saying that Tyron Smith is sitting back reading and listening to what other people are saying about him, because I think that he's rooted in. But I know this for sure. Offensive linemen, they are one of the smartest people on your team. And news will get back to him. News will get back to him. And I don't want you guys to grade Tyron Smith as if he's some type of trash. You got to take things in context. Remember, his first game back was against the Raiders when he had his first injury with the roll up under the ankle and the knee situation from the Patriots game. He didn't look that good against the Raiders game. He didn't. He looked like he was slow. He was processing things right. And we got a chance to see that, right? And his first game back again, dare I say, from the previous injury, was against the Cards. And he had to face Chandler Jones. And Chandler Jones is no one to sneeze at. And, of course, he didn't look up to par. I told people, man, sometimes it take him a game or so. And then after that game, he's back on page. Just like after the Raiders game, he was back on the money. And after the Cards game, the Cowboys had to play the Eagles. And they was like, man, let's just go ahead and rest this man and bring him in for the playoffs. If you think that Tyron Smith is just going to just lay down and say, okay, I'm going to give up this fight, no. He's going to use this as an extra spice of encouragement. Shout out to the spices from Nick Bosa. I guarantee you, if they shift and rotate him on the opposite side with Tyron Smith, he gonna try to get those hands on him. I can't wait to see this, baby. This is what football is about.
He ain't lying.
This is why we play this game. This is why we get crunk. This is why we hold it down, baby. Fighting in the game before the game even starts. And even with the wordplay of your mouth. I can't wait to see this, Cowboy Nation. It's going to be a bloodbath. The 49ers versus the Cowboys. We can't stand the Niners. The Niners can't stand the Cowboys. And baby, they in our house. And those boys are listening. And they said, okay, all right, we can load it up. Let's go. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns. Let me know the spices that they sprinkling out. Will it get us amped up, baby? That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys, baby. Let's go. Let's get to digging, baby. Let's get to digging. Anybody else y'all want to call out? Oh, please call out Dak Prescott. Come on, somebody call him out. Call him out. Call out Diggs. Call out somebody. Call out Ezekiel. Call out